Welcome, welcome, welcome. We have reached the end of the season, and this is our finale for a terrible season for most of us for having to watch Arsenal lift for trophy. Alas, we'll go through our predictions from last season. Oh, sorry, our predictions from the beginning of the season, and we'll do our player of the season. We'll also do our team of the season, our young player of the season, and our manager of the season. And if we have time, we'll throw in some other little gems towards the end of the show as well. But we'll leave that for you to see at the end of the show. Without any further ado, let us go back to the beginning of the season and see what we all thought was going to happen come the end of the season.
Wait, hold on. You're on holiday, James. What? There's no guest player.
Yeah, I see. That's done, bro. That's
No.
done.
No, I didn't know this annual leave going on, you
It's
know.
only, it's only, 30, it's only 38, bro.
James said, give me a week off.
Bruv,
Give me a week
36, 37, and 38 were tough, bro. But in fact, I actually said last show that we'll be back for World Cup.
Okay,
Yeah, he did,
alright,
to be
fair enough.
fair. Yeah, disclaimer and all that.
So, okay, cool. So, for our first, or our top five, let's put it that way, so the first, second, whatever. Our top five, Bevan went for Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, City, and Villa. So he got one right, obviously, with his beloved Arsenal. Lamont went for, drum roll, Man United to win the league, Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, City, fifth. Leon went for Liverpool, City, Chelsea, Arsenal, Man United. I went for Liverpool, City, Arsenal, Chelsea, Aston Villa. So all but one of us got one team right.
Yeah. Woeful.
So
Where did Aston Villa finish fourth, didn't they?
yeah, fourth for the end. Liverpool finished fifth.
Yeah.
So
It's Chelsea. I don't
Tri-
know why I put Chelsea anywhere near the top four.
yeah, because at the time you're like you don't trust Chelsea's
It
youth.
was a good team, but there was no experience, and the coach left. It was in turmoil. So
Do you know what it was? Their season before threw me off, where they finished didn't they finish fourth last year? The season before,
Yeah,
where they had like a run towards the end of the season where they were winning.
but they won the Club World Cup before as well, so they were trending upwards.
Yeah. Still didn't trust them.
So top goal scorer, we all apart from Lamont went for Haaland. Lamont went for Gyökeres.
Yeah, he drew up blanks, bro. He let me down, brother.
I don't know. 14 goals isn't blanks though, is it? We just.
It's not a bad first season. It's not a bad first
No,
season.
it's not bad.
So for top assists, we all had someone different. Bevan went for Verts. Leon went for Saka. Lamont hit the jackpot with Bruno. And I went for Salah. So
Brilliant.
well done, Lamont.
How many assists did Salah get this season, James?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
We'll come back to that.
Yeah, you can. And relegation. All of us went for Brentford because none of us had trust in Keith Andrews. None of us had trust in Keith Andrews. But
Superb.
Bevan went Brentford, Sunderland, Burnley. So Lamont went Burnley, Brentford, Leeds. So did Leon, the exact same three. And so did I, actually. Yeah.
Do you remember you changed?
Yes, I changed. I had West Ham.
No, you had Wolves.
No, I had Wolves.
Wolves,
Yes, I had
Wolves.
Wolves. I had Wolves. And someone coaxed me into choosing Leeds. If you want to know who it was, go back and watch the show from 9 months ago.
I'm sure when you was on the Empty podcast, didn't someone pick West Ham?
I did.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
I picked West Ham on the Empty podcast and then wanted to pick Wolves on this one and then switched to Leeds. So, boy.
To be fair, even when you picked West Ham, I think like you were still deliberating with yourself at that point as well. You was like, "Oh, I'm
Yes,
not sure."
'cause I wanted
that was
Wolves.
off the cuff.
Yes,
That
I
was
wanted
off the cuff.
Wolves.
Yeah.
I was Wolves or West Ham, and then for some reason on our show, I picked neither. Anyway. So, yeah, we'll see the beginning of next season how we do, but not too bad. Obviously, top goal scorer was kind of simple, but obviously getting the assist for Lamont was a good job. And this is
Yeah.
credit to Keith Andrews. He did a great job. Might even get a vote somewhere else later on.
Yeah, he might do. All right, James, just so you know, Salah got 7 assists this season. All
Okay,
season. Yeah, not bad.
cool. Not bad. We move to our player of the season. We'll do the team of the season later on after our player, our young player, and manager. So in a 3-2-1 order. Okay, so order we'll go Lamont, Bevan, Leon, and me. Order for all of them, unless you want to snake it in a different way for young player of the season and manager of the season.
Nah,
Don't think it matters really.
no, it
No,
doesn't
it don't really matter.
matter.
Okay, cool. So we'll start off with player of the season. So Bevan, what is your 3-2-1 for your player of the season?
So third, I'm going Declan Rice. Second, I'm gonna go Bruno, and first, I'm going Gabriel Magalhaes.
Okay. Lamont?
All right, third, I'm going to go for Anton Semenyo. Second, I'm going to go for Igor Thiago. And first, I'm going to go for Bruno Fernandes. It's the truth.
The hate, bro.
There's no hate, bro. That's what I think. Player of the season. That's what you're calling.
Yeah, no,
All
I hear
right.
it. I hear it. I hear it.
Leon?
So third, I'm going Declan Rice. Second, I'm going David Raya, and first, I'm going Bruno Fernandes.
Okay. So third, I'm going Szoboszlai. No, I'm joking. I'm not that biased.
Hey, James, nah.
I'm not that biased.
That was funny, bro.
I'm not that biased. If the season finished in February, then maybe I'd have stuck to it. Now, third, I will go for Semenyo. Second, Gabriel. And first, Raya. So next up, we move on to the young player of the year. And the stipulation for this one is under 23s.
So third, I'm going Elliot Anderson. Second, I'm going Junior Krupi, and then first, I'm going Nico O'Reilly.
Fair. Okay, over to you, Lamont.
Right. So I'm going to go Mateus Fernandes as a 3. I'm going to go Shirky, number 2. And then I'm going to go Nico O'Reilly, number 1.
Fair enough. Leon?
I'm gonna go for Junior Krupi, number 3, Rayan Cherky, number 2, and Nico O'Reilly, number 1.
Well, there's no point me saying mine was exactly the same as that, to be fair.
As who's? As Leon's, yeah?
As Leon's. So Krupi, Shirky, and O'Reilly as my number 1. Okay, so go on to manager of the season, top 3 again. So who are your top 3 managers of the season?
Third, I'm gonna go Keith Andrews because we all wrote him off at the beginning of the season.
Great shot.
Second, I'm going Lebris, and then first, I'm going Arteta
Is that only because he won the league?
because he was the best manager in the league, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, go on. You can make
Go on,
your
Lamont.
choice. Go on.
All right. So, it's tough, man. It's tough because the 3 outsiders would have been Areola, Andrews, and Lebreeze. And like you wanna fit at least one of them in there. This is a tough one. All right, so I'm gonna go Iriola as a third. I'm gonna go Carrick as a second.
I knew you guys would put Carrick in this team.
that's so. That's
I knew the man just
Oh,
invalidating the
that
whole
was
thing.
false.
His record since he's taken over is sick though.
bro.
Do we want to?
Bro,
Bruv,
I'm
it's not
looking
as good
at
as the
you
rest.
said
Bro,
stats.
bro, he's been.
You
there-
said
he's
to
been.
me consistency across the season. Yeah,
He's
so
been there.
since
He hasn't been there. When did he start? When was his first job? When was
brother,
he
you said consistency, right?
across
So I'm
when?
looking at
Against 3 months.
mate. He's managed since January. Yeah, he's come in and he's got the best form in all of the league, managerial wise. Yeah. So are we not including him now because he weren't there at the beginning of the season? If so, fine, but say so now, and then I'll just change my pick
Come on.
and keep this edit in. By the way,
It's up to you.
In it.
It's your choice.
They
It's
can.
your
They
choice.
can have.
Choice.
They can
no,
have.
but if it's
their
a
opinion.
stipulation, I
It's
can't
your
have him
choice.
because he's not been there the whole season.
No
Fine.
one said that. No one said that.
No one said that.
Well,
He's
that's
just
fine
cussing
then.
you
Well, then-
for
well,
that
then-
reason.
Well, then the stats say for itself, bro. Carrick's number 2, and I think I'm gonna give it to Unai Emery for winning the Europa,
This is league only,
Europa
bruv.
Cup.
It says league,
League
league
only.
performances
Oh,
only.
is it? Oh, that's a
League
shame.
only.
That's a shame. That's a shame.
Yo, there's a word, boy, begins with I that is lacking right now.
All right, you know what? I'm gonna give it to Pep, man. He finished second. He bowed out after his tenure. He's done a good stellar. Was it 10 years? And yeah, man. He was unfortunate not to get the title this season, but you know, PGMOL's not. They don't work for everyone. So yeah, that's my 3.
Okay, cool. Leon. So just to confirm, considering Areola was unbeaten from January the 3rd
Hold
to the
on,
end of the
James.
season.
James.
Leave it.
James.
Just double check it.
What
Just
are you
double
doing,
check
bro?
it.
Wait till your turn,
Double check
innit? Then you can drop all
Just
these
double
stats.
check it.
He's giving his top 3, innit?
His stat was that he was the most informed. It's not my stat. I'm just confirming. He
Yeah,
said
from January. From January.
January was the most informed. Was it?
Yeah, he
his
got the
stats were
most
better than
points. He got the most
Areola.
points.
Okay,
He got
fair
the
enough.
most points.
Go on, Leon.
I'm going number 3, Keith Andrews. Number 2, Iraola for getting Bournemouth Europe, and number 1, Lebris, because Sunderland realistically massively overachieved the season. I think also Bournemouth did, but for them to have managed to get into Europe for the first time in Premier League years, in their first season back, is unbelievable. So honourable mention obviously to Arteta, but I feel like Arsenal needed to win this season. And for the pressure perspective, I would say, yeah, he handled the pressure in exemplary, considering the fact that they had slipped up. But that's my top 3, basically, based on them overachieving rather than Mikel Arteta not getting his due, like not getting his dues.
Okay, so mine, Areola number 3, Arteta number 2, closely followed by Lebris. Arteta, for me, he's not only number 2 because he was one of the front runners to win the league. So
Not
it
according to
wasn't
you lot, he
completely
wasn't.
unexpected. It was well. I had them. I had Arsenal 3rd, so he's one of the front runners. He's top 3 to win the league.
Okay,
So
fair enough.
So for me, it's not a massive surprise that that they've won a league. It's great they've done it, obviously, but for Lebris to come from the Championship and to finish in Europe, I think that's just outstanding. So that's why he just pips him. But if for me, if Sunderland didn't get Europe, then it would have been Arteta because you won the league. You can't. For me, if you win a league, you got to be first or second. You got to be for me. You got to be first or second. So that is my top 3. Here comes the fun part. Who is our vote for player of the season as a whole, as a consensus?
For what?
Player of the season. Our consensus. Who do we agree on should be player of the season?
I said
Well, that's
Bruno.
And
I would
why?
say
Our choice and why. So
I
why
think
Bruno?
I think obviously he broke the record for the assist, or you can say he equaled the record, depending on how you want to look at certain historical situations and events. But yeah, I think he was a massive reason why Man United managed to get themselves back into the Champions League. I felt like with Arsenal, it was difficult to find an absolutely standout because I felt like as a team, collectively, um, they I think as a group they were superior, but I didn't feel like there was one outstanding player. I feel like as a collective they were just great. So with Bruno, I felt like he stood out individually and obviously led his team to going from finishing 15th the previous season and being in the trenches with us to going third. So that's why I gave it to Bruno.
So I think Raya was outstanding. I think Raya won Arsenal
He was my
games.
second. He was my second choice.
Yeah,
So.
I think Raya won games for Arsenal that won him the league. Like, I think that Gabriel had time out, and I think Arsenal coped with Gabriel being out. Saliba out, Gabriel Arsenal coped. Rice, I think he had a couple of games out. Arsenal coped, but if Raya had gone out, I don't think they would have been able to cope. I reckon they would have dropped
Well, they
points
showed that. Well, they showed that when they tried to put Kepa in twice and
in
dropped
the
the
cup.
ball. And he
Yeah,
dropped the ball in
so
it. You know,
I
excuse the
think for
pun.
me, that's why I think it should be Raya. But obviously, when we did the vote, I was the only one that actually gave Raya number one. So, Bevan,
Can I?
because we know yours is Bruno, and
No,
I
no,
know
no.
you're not
But
going to change.
obviously, no. Just on a serious note,
Mm.
all jokes aside, you have to mention Semenyo though. Like no one
Yeah,
is
yeah,
even
true,
talking about him because
true.
to yes, okay, cool. You could argue that he's in the Premier League, right? So he's moved from one club to another. One, the club that he's moving from, and two, they're miles apart. Last season, at least. To the environment that he's moving into. Also, he continued his goal scoring streak and just his influence in every game, right? You could probably argue that he dropped off maybe in the last 2 or 3 games, but even then, I swear he might have got 1 or 2 assists in that as well. But yeah,
Mm.
Semenya, like people need to mention him because he's had an amazing season. When I'm
Yes,
thinking
yes.
player of the season, I'm thinking Bruno, but I'm definitely not having no one not mention and Semenya. They have to have him in the conversation because
I
he's
think he
been
was in
more
our top three,
influential.
so I think you had him in your top
Yeah,
three. I think I had him in
yeah,
my
I had
top
him
three
in
as
mind
well.
for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, yeah. So it's between the two. I'm gonna go Bruno only because he's broken the record and what he's done for my club this season. I feel like he's been impeccable and he's the amount of minutes that he's covered this season and yeah, overall he's literally just outshone everyone. Um, but yeah, I would say that it's him and then Semenyo just a caveat.
Bevan,
So
you swaying from your choice?
no, I went Gabriel. I hear what you're saying about Raya. You say he was important, but I think that in terms of like defensively, there were moments in the season where teams were not having a shot on goal. We went 7 games without a team without Raya having to make a save, and I think that's a lot to do with Arsenal's defense. And I think that attack wins you games and defense wins you titles, and our defense won us a title. And I think that Gabriel was a part of that defense that won us a title. I know that like there were games that he didn't play, but when he's in the team, it's he's integral, and it's not just in defense; it's also in the opposition's box as well, causes
Mm.
havoc and gets goals. And I think that like he was a standout player this season.
True.
Bev, can I ask you a
Good at winning
question?
free kicks. Good at winning free kicks and penalties. Even tried to win a free kick in the cup final. We got pushed by his own goalkeeper.
You know what I mean?
Uh,
But
Bev, can I ask you a question on that call? Yeah, because not many people are mentioning Saliba, and is that mainly because of his goal contributions more over everything else?
no, it's not that. I think that Saliba does like he does his business quietly, innit?
Mm.
It's
He's the
like
Ricardo Carvalho of punch.
like what's the name's doing the stuff when he's putting he's there blocking shots. He's gonna
Mm.
put his face where the like where it's gonna be ugly and stuff like that. He's doing all the ugly hard work, and then Saliba's just doing the clean up nice Rolls Royce kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So you don't really notice it, but like together as a partnership, they
They
dovetail
work.
very well. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. So having said that, it is 2-1-1. So Bruno wins it. Bruno is the ACP Player of the Year this season.
Another
So,
award for you,
Young
Bruno.
Player of the Year, I think we all voted for the same one. So I'm pretty sure. What do I always forget his name? O'Reilly. Nico O'Reilly wins that because I think we
Yeah.
all had him as number one.
He had an amazing
Uh,
season though, James.
yeah, he
Like
did.
honestly, I don't think
He did.
anybody would have seen that coming. Just the influence he had in the Man City
Yeah, not the
team.
influence.
Nah.
How the fact that he's a good player, yeah, but the
Mm.
influence he had, the goal scoring, yeah, he stepped up. He stepped up.
He played in multiple positions as well, man. So you need to give him that credit as well, man. Multiple
Yeah,
positions throughout the
That's a
season.
number 10.
Yeah.
Late runs into the box. Madness.
Yeah.
Okay, so manager of the season. It's gonna be interesting. So I went for Labrie. Leon, remind me, you went for
I went for Labrie as well.
Labrie as well. You had Arteta
Yeah.
and you had Lamont.
Carrick.
You had Carrick's number 2.
2. Oh, I had Pep as number 1. But in honesty, I'd probably give it to Labrie, yeah, because he just made a statement. He made a statement. I think everybody just rubbed them out completely. But I feel like he made a proper statement, and I feel like all the big teams, I believe he gave them a bit of trouble.
Yeah,
He did.
he did. He did.
Yeah. You did.
Okay, we are going to go with Labrie, but obviously, as he's your gaffer, the reason why it should be Arteta, I've given my plea, but the reason why it should be Arteta, in your
No,
opinion, unless
yeah.
you think Labrie
No,
as well.
I do hear the shout for Labrie, but then like if we're talking about Arsenal not having a standout player, having not being attractive to watch in attack, and not none of you had Arteta to win the league, and I think that like he was able to get them over the line. If it wasn't if it's a team effort and it's the whole team, he's the one that set up the team to play this way and to be difficult to beat. And even though they're saying about the amount of goals that we scored, we were the second highest goal scorers in the league, and we had the meanest defense in the league, and that is for 3 seasons in a row. So I think that's got to be credit to Arteta. There are times where it's like ugly and pragmatic, but he's managed to do that, and not only I know we're only talking in the league, but he's doing that while trying to fight on all fronts. And um, so I think that like for him to be able to do that to get it over the line, I don't think you can say that like so there's no standout players and it's a team effort, but it's not then it has to be down to the manager at the same time as well.
You're not going to give no credit to the officials, no?
Nope, none, zero, zip zero,
Yeah, okay.
because I'm giving. What are we doing here?
Because I can hear what you're saying about what he's done, but I just think it's a case of at the beginning of the season, if you had said Arteta wins the league, no one said no way. If at the beginning of the season you had said Lebris will get Sunderland into Europe, you'd be like,
No
nah,
way.
come on, let's
Yeah.
be serious out here. So for me, that outweighs because we all believe Arteta could do it. Like mockingly, we'll be like, no, second again. But at the same time, we all believe what Arteta has done was achievable. But for me, I never expected in the world that Sunderland would make it there. And bear in mind, he's gone from League One, Championship, Premiership, Europe. That's his path.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
That's amazing. So for me,
I agree.
that's why he pips Arteta because what he's run over the last. Obviously, it's only this season, but his run it's been phenomenal. So it's more of a case of what he's done, what he's achieved, outweighs what Arteta has achieved in terms of the shock factor.
Even Areola, though, he's done a lot as well, mate. Getting them into Europe, Bournemouth. Come on, man. And taking their key player
Losing
out,
4 to back
Semenyo,
5.
who was in form, losing a couple of their players. Do you know what I mean? There was a lot of things going against him, and they still managed to finish in top 6. So there's a lot of conversations to be had for people that go above and beyond what their expectation is, or people just deliver something they've been trying to deliver for 2 decades. But you know what? It depends on how you look at it.
Mad thing. You know what it is? What
That is a
astounds
mad
me?
thing.
That's a mad thing. What astounds me, right, is that like we're gonna say that like no, I'm not saying anyone on the panel, but it would be like Arteta won the league because it's a weak league and the teams are poor. But then like these other managers, they got fourth and fifth, they got fifth and sixth because they're great. Like make it make sense. Innit? I'm not. The thing is,
they go on, cause
I'm not even because like they've even had the differential about like I think the Athletic did a differential about the points difference that it would have been had VAR not intervened in some of Arsenal's games, and we still would have won the league. So like you can talk about the PGMO, but from the article of the Athletic,
Not everything went to VAR. That's why.
no, but it's not even that. It's decisions.
It's the truth.
No, but they went on refereeing
You say
decisions. They went on refereeing decisions, and it still said there was a 4-point differential. So we still would have won the league. So like we could either way. I'm not having your shade, bro, because
No,
like,
it's not shade.
because
It's
it's
just
100% shade.
Listen, it's an eye test thing.
100%
Yeah?
shade.
It's an eye
It's an
test.
eye
Some people
testing.
do stats. I'm just looking at the
I know.
eye. I'm saying to myself, to be honest, to be fair, James eloquently kind of put it right how I was trying to say it, which was there's managers that have surpassed what you believe they could achieve with the group of players that they had. And there's managers that have just done what they've been meaning to do for years. And they've been coming short and finally they've got over the line.
Yeah.
Do you celebrate that? Of course you do. You got a medal. Now you got your medal. Let's talk about the managers that have really done a stellar job. And those ones
But
are the ones that were mentioned.
How can you not say he's done a stellar job when he was the best?
I mean, he's done what he's been meaning to do for the last 3 or 4 years, bro. He's not gone above and beyond.
Well,
he's delivered what you've been trying to deliver for the last 20 years. Like, and if without the draw out, if we're saying the last 4 years, you guys have been in and amongst it. So you should have won already. Like, you've just won it now.
But you're
not going to win it next year, though. So it's one of them, innit?
But you had us fourth. So you didn't think he was going to win it.
Who? No, I didn't. I definitely didn't.
Exactly. So what are you talking about?
Didn't think he was going to win it. But that was only because of my previous experience of watching you guys.
So you thought
you're going to deliver something.
You thought he was going to be worse.
No, what do you mean? No, I thought he was going to be fourth. I thought he was going to be fourth. Same old Arsenal, fourth.
You thought he was going to be worse than we were in the last 3 seasons.
What?
Not better.
He's been second in the last 3 seasons, have you?
But you thought he was going to be worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what are you? What does that mean? What are you saying? You're
saying
what he was
going to win the league.
You're saying he did what he didn't. He did what he's expected to do, but you didn't expect him to do it. So he was above your expectations.
In this instance,
but it's not him. It's not him though. It's the referees.
No. It's not just the referees.
Let me just say something. Though. Bevan, you had Sunderland to be relegated, and he got Europe.
Yeah.
So, but I'm saying that's how.
But we all did.
You had him tipped to be relegated. Your guy, you had him tipped to win the league. He did what you expected him to do. Whereas you said he's getting relegated, and he's got to Europe. So the achievement, I don't know, the achievement for me, even from your own prediction, is vastly different.
I hear it. But I also had Chelsea to be third, and they weren't.
It's one of them, innit? But it's opinions, innit? I think Lebreeze has done exceptionally well.
I can hear it. Well. I can hear that he's done exceptionally well. I can hear that. I'm not saying that he wasn't, because I had him second. You didn't even have Arteta in your top 3.
Yeah, but what can I say?
So like, no, I'm just saying. Like,
what can I say?
I'm calling it as I see it.
Obviously, I'm measuring Carrick on his form since he's got.
And
you had
Carrick. Come on, now.
I'm measuring
Areola. No.
For what he's done at Bournemouth, yeah. And then I've got Lebreeze in there for his thing since he come to the Championship, man. What can I say?
Yeah.
I see football with a different lens to you.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So like
taking my rivalry hat off, honestly, the manager who wins the league should win manager season. It is what it is. But as I said, in this instance, I did, because Sunderland were, as I said, they were super overachievers. That's the only reason why I'm giving it to Lebreeze. And the expectation, even though I had Arsenal not winning the league in my predictions, that was more hateration. I knew you were going to be contending, but I didn't want to put you to win the league or to finish. But
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
the
it is what
Listen,
rivalry.
it is.
I hear it, and I can concede the fact that LeBree's going to win the ACP Manager of the Year.
No, you don't have to. You don't have to.
No, no, but I'm not saying when I say that is that this the vote has gone against me, and I can.
Swung. Yeah.
It's no, but I can understand it.
You had
I
him
do get
second
it.
anyway.
No, I had him second anyway, so I'm not saying
Yeah.
that like he like
It's not
I can.
outlandish. It's not
No,
outlandish.
it's
Yeah,
not
it's not
outlandish.
outlandish.
It's not. All I'm saying is that like if you're gonna say that like how a team's perform is down to the manager, then there is some um there is some kind of kudos that Arteta that
One hundred
should be
percent.
given
One
should be
hundred percent.
given.
And
Well, you
realistically,
know what? The kudos I'll give him is he handled the pressure well. That's what I'll give him.
Mad. We'll see how Carrick handles the pressure when he's got to pay more than 1 game a week.
One game a fortnight. You mean?
So the ACP Manager of the Year is Lebris. Carrick somehow managed to get a mention in there. Lamont was correct in terms of he did get 41 points in 19 games, but still, I think only Man United fans would ever put him in the list for manager of the season. So listen, Arteta. I know people will be watching us saying it's only because it's Arsenal. If any other team won the league, their manager would have won it, and I don't think so.
one
But
hundred percent. That's
we'll
what the
see.
argument will be.
So as I said already, we'll do our teams individually, and we pick our own formations for now. But then later on, once we do the combined 11, we will stick to either 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1. So we'll continue with the same order. Bevan, what is your team?
So I went for 4-2-3-1, and there might be a bit jiggery pokery here, but so in goal I've got David Raya. Right back I've got Julian Timber. Centre backs I've got Saliba and Gabriel. Left back got Nico O'Reilly. The two in midfield I've gone for Declan Rice and Elliot Anderson. Then gone for Bruno as the 10. On the right, I've gone for Semenyo. On the left, I've gone for Igor Thiago, and up front, I've gone for Haaland.
Okay. So moving on to Lamont.
All right. In goal, I've gone for Lemems. No, I'm joking. I went for Raya in goal. Right back, I went for Nunes from City. Centre backs, I went for Gabriel and Saliba. Left back, I went for Nico O'Reilly. Centre mids, I went for Rice, Rodri, and Bruno Fernandes. My front three were Semenyao, Shirky, and Erling Haaland. And I didn't say it in the beginning, but it's 4-3-3.
Okay, over to you, Leon.
Okay. I also went for a 4-3-3. So I went with Rare in goal. I went for Jerry and Timber at right back. Gabriel and Saliba as my centre backs, and Nico O'Reilly at left back. I went for Rice in midfield, Xhaka in midfield, and Bruno as the attacking midfielder. And then I went for Cherky on the right, Semenyo on the left, and Holland up top.
Okay. So for me, I went with Raya in goal, Timber as right back, centre backs Saliba and Gabriel. Left back, I went for True Fair at Bournemouth. Then in a 4-3-3, sorry, Declan Rice as my single pivot with Gibbs White and Bruno Fernandes as the two tens. Then I've got Cherky right wing, Semenyo left wing, and Haaland up top. So there you have it. We have picked our personal teams of the season. And in the background, Leon has been collating and he has got our familiars, the players that we've all picked, which you probably all noticed anyway, but Leon will read it out.
Yep. So there weren't too many debates here, to be honest with you, because for the most part, most of the players have been. We've got a lot of players in common. So the unanimous decisions for sure are Raya in goal, Gabriel and Saliba, Rice, Bruno, Semenyo, and Haaland. The other players which got one vote in that were Nunes, True Fair, Igor Thiago, and then the midfielders being Rodri, Anderson, Xhaka, and Gibbs White. So for the most part, we actually only have one position, which is in midfield, to select. So just to confirm, this is the team: Raya, Timber, Gabriel, Saliba, O'Reilly, Rice, Bruno, Semenyo, Cherky, and Haaland. And it's just for us to debate which midfielder will go into midfield.
Can't lie, bro. That's a strong team, though.
Yeah, it is, boy.
That is a
Yes, it
strong
is.
team.
It's basically combining Arsenal and Man City.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Basically.
But I guess that's what generally happens every year. First and
Yeah.
second is the teams that always gets into these teams of the years in general. But I say my shout out for True Fair. I think True Fair's had a fantastic season. Absolutely fantastic
Yeah, it's
season.
been quality, man.
So
Shout out.
okay, so I'll go first then. I normally let you guys go first. So I'll throw my hat in the ring for Gibbs White. Fantastic season in general. Should be going to the World Cup in my opinion, but I can see with the competition against him why he possibly just missed out. But from the beginning of the season, potentially going to Tottenham and then being held to ransom, telling him he's not going anywhere. The look on his face, the scared look on his face that we all saw at the beginning of the season, and then for him to turn it around, and I think Leon said what 15 goals, Leon or Bevan. Bevan
Yeah,
said one of you said 15
15.
goals.
Yeah.
Listen, for someone that was a young, promising guy at Wolves, that Wolves somehow let go to Nottingham Forest, he's had a great season. So I think he should be the third midfielder.
That's a great shout.
Yeah, it's hard to argue with it statistically. Gibbs White performance has been exemplary, especially in that relegation dogfight that his team were in, along with a few others. But and I think he kind of moved out of position. I think the manager made a change to 3-4-3, and he ended up playing as almost like a left attacking midfielder, if that makes sense. So it's hard to root against him. I think the reason I put Xhaka in was for the similar reason why Lebreeze got manager of the season. I think he was key to where Sunderland ended up finishing. I think defensively they were outstanding all season, and that's partly because of him and his leadership. And that's the reason why I went for Xhaka. So I can definitely understand going with Gibbs. Why? Because, as I said, statistically, in terms of his output and saving Nottingham Forest from relegation, you can't really argue. But yeah, I went with Xhaka just because of the influence he had and how Sunderland overperformed.
I'm a little bit gutted because Rodri is renowned to be a big game player, right? So, he doesn't necessarily drop the ball in them circumstances. Now, when I said Rodri, and then I heard Xhaka, Elliot Anderson, and Gibbs White, I was like, oh, I think I might have missed the trick. I'm not gonna lie. Now, the reason why I say that not necessarily because of them being big game players as such, but more so because of the amount of games they've played this season. I would
Yeah,
probably
Rodri's been
argue
killing
that
me. Mm.
that's what I'm saying. I'll probably argue that Rodri's probably played half the amount of games than the rest of these guys. So similar to last season, I'm 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 not going to be able to back my pick as much as I would want to. I think I've done the exact same thing last year. So next time, James, I gotta go last. Yeah, just note to self, note to self, go last. But yeah, look, Rodri he's a baller. You know, he does exactly what he says he's gonna do. He looks like a professional. He plays the game professionally. He delivers a performance every time he's on the pitch. So, if anything, that's my back into him. But I'm gonna quickly pivot and probably look at. I'm gonna say Elliot Anderson.
Okay.
More so because of his for me, he's come out of nowhere. I didn't really watch him too much before this season, and this season I feel like he's just emerged. Similar to the conversation we were having with not Rhea, with Arteta, with expectations. Gibbs White has been playing at this level for a year or two now, and I feel everyone looks at him like, yeah, this is what we expect to be seeing week in, week out. He's shown you that he can deliver, but I feel like Elliot Anderson hasn't had the spotlight on him as much, but has still delivered an exceptional level of performance this season. So I'm probably going to go with Elliot Anderson. I say probably. I am going with Elliot Anderson.
Okay, so I guess that leaves it with us two because Elliot Anderson was Bevan's pick, so he's not going to move from that realistically. So, is there a reason for us to move away from Morgan Gibbs White? I looked at what you said, Leon, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's only 4 games where he moved away from the central position in the season. So most of the season he played as an AM, apart from 4 games. So I was thinking I'm gonna go with Anderson because Gibbs White moved to left wing. There was only 4 games, so I just made it. It just avoided what my argument I was gonna have. So oh man, who had a better season?
I'm
Gibbs
more
White or
likely to
Anderson?
go with Gibbs White than I am Anderson. So we're at a standoff right now.
Same.
Yeah, we are. We are.
Yeah.
We are. GA for Elliot Anderson is 8. GA for Gibbs White is 19.
They play different roles though.
They play
dude.
different roles, bro. Like, essentially, it depends if you want to have
Why
two
don't, why don't we
sixes.
why don't we take out Bruno? Take out Bruno and put Elliot Anderson.
No, that is crazy work.
You know what it is? Like, it's gonna sound mad, like, because I do hear the argument for Gibbs White. Like, Anderson was cold, and I know we're
Gibbs
only
White got a hat
judges.
trick this season, bro. He got a
Huh?
hat trick this season.
Who did?
Gibbs White got a
Gibbs
hat
White?
trick.
He did.
Gibbs White.
He was the reason they stayed up with the goals that he
Yeah.
scored towards the end of the
Do-
season.
do-
The reason why if I'm being honest, the reason I would go with Gibbs White is more about the output, the end product, and that being the reason why Nottingham Forest stayed up. If I was picking based on tactics, I'm going with Elliot Anderson all day. But this isn't tactics. This is whether this player should fit into the team this season. This team ain't going out to perform on Championship Manager, Football Manager, or in the
Yeah.
Premier League in real life. This is just about team of the season. So the reason I'm going with Gibb White is because of he was a top scoring I think he was a top scoring midfielder in the league, top scoring English midfielder in the league, certainly.
Mm.
And he probably was unlucky to miss out on going on the World Cup just because of Morgan Rogers and Bellingham, really. So I think I feel like he deserves his spot in the team this season.
The thing is, I can
State your case.
No. The thing is, right, is that I can actually hear it. I can hear the argument for Gibbs White, and I say that because even though we're only talking about Premier League, in that Europa League semi-final against Villa, you can see the difference that Forest
Yes.
had without Gibbs White in the team, and Anderson was in that team. And even though he did something nasty to Rodgers in the first leg, in the second leg, Newcastle Forest were just not at it. They weren't on it. And so if we took it back to the league, for a guy that has been held to ransom.
Yeah. Marinakis done a ting on him, boy.
Bro,
Like,
you recovered, bro. You
he
recovered
did.
and
He did.
gave his best performance ever.
He did.
Well, if you're not sure, we do have a coin flip simulator.
No.
So we can use a coin flip.
It's not that. I was kind of. I might be leaning towards changing my my pick to Kim Sweat.
All by myself.
Bruv, listen.
Here we go again.
He chose.
I'm sure this was last year as well.
He even have Arteta, bruv, in there, and you're gonna stay with him, bruv.
No, Arteta,
get top 3, bruv. You're get Arteta top 3. Leave him by himself, bro. Leave him by himself.
But yeah, it's only like as I thought about it, like his goals kept Forest up, and when they were so poor, there was a lot of a turnaround, and I think I might have to change my pick from Gibbs White. I mean, from Anderson to Gibbs White.
Okay. Are we gonna make it unanimous? Are you gonna change as well, or are you gonna stick with your Anderson?
Sticking with Elliot, bro. He might be going United as well.
Cool.
So
he ain't going to United.
He's going City. You got Edison now. He's going City.
That's 100 mil, bro.
Okay. So, Leon, do the honors, please.
Okay, the confirmed team is David Raya in goal, Jerry and Timber at right back, Gabriel and Saliba at centre back, Nico O'Reilly at left back, Declan Rice centre midfield, Morgan Gibbs White centre midfield, Bruno as the attacking mid, Semenyo as our left winger, Cherky as our right winger, and Erling Haaland up top.
There you have it. ACP has spoken, and our team is in. So, before we wrap it up, we have 3 categories to end off the show. We have the most improved player, signing of the season, and our flop of the season. Pretty sure the flop of the season will be the same for most of you guys. Not for me, but I'm pretty sure I know he's going to be in there. But
Needing a witness.
We'll go with most improved player, Bevan.
I'm gonna go with Kushinov because I remember him last season, and he had some awful games last season. And this season he's been a lot better. So yeah, going Kushinov.
Who?
Kuzinov.
Kuzinov for Man City.
Man
centre
City
back.
centre
Oh,
back.
Kuzinov. Sorry.
Yeah.
It sounded like you said Kushner. I was like,
No.
Reserves. He's
Did
in the
I do it again?
reserves.
I did that again.
Yeah.
Did I do that again?
Yeah. No.
No, I heard it. It's all right. It's all right.
Oh,
It's
I
all
was
right.
like, what?
We'll leave it in there.
Wait, was he that
Yeah,
bad?
man.
Leon,
Leon's ears not hearing,
my
boy.
pick.
No.
All right, over to you, Lamont.
It's one of the ones in it where Bevan's gone. I'm thinking, oh, that's a great shout. I've done it again. I need to start going last on these things, you know. Anyway, you men are gonna get me for this. I know you are. But anyway, multi-improved player, Kobe Mainoo.
How can he be improved? He wasn't garbage.
How can he most
Bro,
improved? There's nothing
Bro,
wrong
they
with
were
him.
trying to rub him out. They were trying to rub him out at the beginning of the season, innit?
Oh,
And
he
he
did
came
say
back
Yes,
and
but
he
he
showed.
did not
He
improve.
wasn't improved.
He was, yeah.
He wasn't
So I can't
improved,
have
bro.
that.
It's the same
Can't have
guy.
that.
I
No,
remember
you
just saying
Nah, bro.
You can't have
Nah,
Kobe
bruv.
Mainoo, bro.
Nah, bruv.
No.
We'll have to
he
veto
wasn't rubbish.
that one. No. We have to veto that one.
Oh my gosh, man! Now you guys are always getting on me like this, man. All
Nah,
right.
bro. You could.
Nah.
That's your pick, innit? That's your pick, bro. Cool.
Oh, was I? I don't get another pick.
But
I'm
that's
alright
like
to
that's
keep
like
that.
No. Pick again, bro.
That's like having
James,
Pick again.
James let it slide this time.
that pick, right? Is like picking like it's that he was at 50 last season and this season is at 50 again. That's what you've done. He's
All
at
right.
the same level.
All right. So most improved player, the other person I was thinking about would have been Calvert-Lewin. I know it might be a little bit of a wide one,
Fair.
but I feel like he had one of the better seasons that I've seen him have in years. So Yeah, most improved.
Yeah, I would have had him in a different category, but I've gone for my most improved as Harry Wilson. Thought his output this year for Fulham was outstanding, and some of the goals he scored were brilliant. So I've gone for Harry Wilson as most improved.
Okay, my most improved. It's a bit cheeky because he didn't play as many games as he should have last season, and he was going to be in another category that we had listed. But I've gone for Igor Thiago. He
Oh,
missed most of
he
last
played.
season with his knee injury, but he,
Yeah.
he didn't score a goal last
He was
season.
going to
He's
be my comeback
played.
if we were doing
Yeah,
comeback.
he was my comeback, but for
Yeah,
me, I had to get him in there
yeah.
because what he played 8 games last season, didn't score, and my man finished second top goal scorer this season, and he's going to the World Cup of Brazil.
Yeah. And
So
scored for them as well in their warm up.
yeah,
Yeah.
scored the
So
other day.
I just couldn't call him
So
most improved because I never saw him. Never saw what he was on.
yeah.
He was
I saw
injured.
him. I saw him play. I saw the 8 games, and he looked. But when you come off a knee injury
Coming
like
back for a
that,
big
you
injury like
looked a bit
that.
shaky.
Yeah.
Yeah, you looked shaky.
Big
So
injury.
and he didn't play more than 15, 20 minutes in any of those games either. So I had to get him in. Sorry. So we move on to signing of the season. So Bevan,
So
who is your signing of the season?
my signing of the season is going to go to Granit Xhaka. He was integral to that Sunderland team and to getting them into Europe. And when he wasn't playing, they definitely missed him. So yeah, Granit Xhaka, great bit of business.
Oof. All right. My signing of the season. Can I say Semenya?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
I'm
get.
gonna
You
say
said Carrick.
Semenya. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna say something of the season. Both are valid though. Both are valid because
Yeah,
they've
but I'm
both
saying
got the stats.
they'll add those clubs for
Yeah.
the same amount of time, really.
Yeah. So both valid though, both delivered. But anyway, Semenya, that's Semenya for me. I said it earlier in the pod, so I'm not gonna repeat it.
Over to you, Leon.
If Bevan hadn't said Shaka, I would have gone Shaka. But I'm going to go for someone else instead because now he's hot property and everyone wants him. I'm going to go for Junior Krupi as my signing of the season.
Yeah, big shot.
Good shot.
I will go with Ryan Cherky. Had a fantastic season this year. Made me doubt whether we made the mistake. Slot going to France to speak to him just to say we're not gonna sign you anymore. What a dumb decision that turned out to be, I guess. But anyway, Ryan Cherky is my signing of the season. And flop of the season.
Listen,
I
definitely
couldn't
know-
wait for this
I-
one.
We
Listen,
can't
I
start with
definitely
James.
know
Over to you,
who
Essex.
no,
who
listen.
Lamont's gonna pick, but I think he's actually wrong who Lamont's gonna pick, and I'll tell you why after. But go on.
See, the
Let's
thing
see
is,
if you get
right?
that bit
There are two players in my head. They both play in red.
Yeah.
Because one of them last season, he was amazing. He was scoring goals for fun. This season, can't hit the cow's backside of a banjo, man. Yeah, and it's a toss up between Brian and Bremo and Florian Wirtz. And
That's
simply
not
because
wrong. But anyway, carry on.
Huh?
Carry on.
because of the
Go
price
on.
because of the price tag, I'm giving it to Wirtz just. But Brian Bremo is up there, bro, because that guy's had a honking season. He's been stinking at the joints. Well, to be fair, since January, but he's just not been. His scoring boots are left in the Brentford change room because he hasn't. They didn't take him to United with him.
He did not. This one was tough.
Yeah,
Again,
right.
Both of my players are in red. I had two names to choose from, and I thought, which one of these two do I choose from? Is it Verts or is it Salah? Or Salad, as I like to call him. And I got to go for Salah, man. He dropped way off a cliff this season. Verts, brother, you know what you are, and you know what you're not. Yeah, so he's still got time to deliver, I guess. But yeah, Salad, he needs to go back in the fridge and chill, mate.
Yeah, I'm going to have to second that. Honestly, Liverpool were the flops of the season, realistically, you could say, because of the fact that they were so strong last season and then the way they've defended their title is definitely not befitting of a title holder. But they've had a lot to deal with this summer, or last summer, especially with Diogo Jota passing, and I think that had a massive effect on the team. But I can't give Mo Salah a pass for how he has been this season. He's underperformed. He didn't react well to when he's not been in the team. He's outed, his feelings publicly, and has shown to be shown the more unselfish side, and I think that has definitely left a little bit of a sour taste in some people's minds. But I think compared to how he was last season, this season has been awful for him realistically. So I would say it's Salah.
For me, we've got valid points. I would have said Liverpool just in general as a flop of the season as the club, but I should have stipulated to you guys, it wasn't just a player; it was just flop of the season. So you could have picked the club.
That means you was going to say Arne Slot, yeah?
So no, so I'm actually going to go for Isak because
Even though he was injured,
he was signed.
That's a bit harsh, man.
He was injured. Listen, even before that, like when he played, he was nowhere near it. And even before his injury, if he was anywhere near it, we could have been a lot further up. So, might sound harsh. Listen, Salah, I think Salah's one is. I say Salah's one is harsh because I guess it's you're looking. It's like I think Salah ended up with 14 goals and assists still this season, which is still better than some people. Like, is it because where he fell off to, why he couldn't flop the season? But if you compare him to other right wingers that play in red as well, his numbers are still better.
I'm not. I'm comparing him to Salah because he's on another level.
But if you're comparing to Salah,
I'm not comparing him to
then
Mbeumo. I'm comparing him to Salah.
Mbeumo, he's got the same as Mbeumo.
Even-
I think they've got the same as Mbeumo, to be
But
fair.
even Saka, for instance, someone like that as well.
Yeah.
Saka's been injured.
So like his worst
Salah-
season is still better than my issue is his worst season is still better than some people's other season.
Yeah, but
So,
because of who he
as
is, you
bad
got to
as-
compare him to his.
Yeah, because of who he is,
I can. Himself.
I can get why you
Understand.
guys have put him in there.
Yeah.
And listen, you might have a valid reason for me saying about Isak because of the leg break, but I expected more when he was from the beginning of the season. I thought he was going to lead us somewhere with the goals, and he was terrible.
James, you're a
So
tough.
could be
cookie,
harsh.
You're tough.
Yo,
Could be
You're
harsh.
tough. Man said a leg break ain't enough. Yeah, for man to say Salad was the worst player in this, was the flop of the season. Now you're
Yeah,
hard.
so he got
You know
40
what?
goals and assists, Salah.
I ain't gonna lie. When you said flop of the season, I thought it was to do with like transfers, not like because if your worst player is a different thing in it, right?
That's the thing. That's why I don't have Salah because that's the worst player. That's different.
I know, but if they,
That's not worst player.
Part of the
It's just-
transfer.
it's- for me, it's flop.
For me, he was bought. He's Verts. I can see what you're saying. Verts was bought for 100 million, and he didn't look anywhere near it. Isak was bought for 125 million, and he was nowhere near it.
So is the
but he's
flop
also
based on the
injured.
signing? Are we saying worst signing of the season instead? Or are we saying
No.
flop? Which one is it?
Flop is just flop. Because even if someone was to say Spurs,
It can be. It
I'll
can
like,
be both.
Oh, nah.
It can be both.
because I based mine on the signing, not necessarily like who was the.
I based it on
Player.
Salah, on player, because
Yeah, same.
he had, it wasn't just a normal drop off. He had never scored less than 18 goals in the league or something stupid like that. And he scored 7. That's a massive fall off for Salah.
No, yeah, I get it. I hear it. The drop off is awful, isn't it? But I'm just explaining why I based mine off of.
Okay.
Yeah, but I hear it.
Well, we've come to the end. I'm sure in the comments there'll be a lot about me being harsh or Salah, Verts, but obviously it all centers around Liverpool. So you might as well just put a cap around it and say flop of the season is Liverpool FC. Because everyone voted for a Liverpool player. So yeah. on to next season, I guess. But anyway, thanks for watching. This has been Armchair Pundits. This has been the last official show of the season. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you hit the notification button. Take it easy, guys. Peace out.
Peace around.